Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this channel, Awakened Beings. Here on this channel, I do tarot oracle readings, energy work, healing messages, things like that, just to help support you, guide you along your journey, all right? Really quickly, today I'm rocking an amethyst bracelet, handcrafted. If you are interested in this bracelet or any other bracelets that could be available on the shop, please go ahead, click the link in the description or on the channel, and it'll take you to all the available jewelry that is there. Again, handcrafted by me, so see what fancies your boat. That's such a weird thing to say. Anyway, or unusual for me to say. Anyway, so this reading is going to be career advice, insight and advice. So if you are seeking some guidance around your career, any kind of hobby that you would like to make into a career, next moves, whatever, just I'm going to open up and allow Spirit to communicate messages about that. Okay, so we'll see what comes through. Hopefully it's helpful, healing, inspiring, and things of that nature. All right, so let's tune in. This song just came through. It's okay, I'm gonna sing it because I don't know the name of it, but it's back to life, back to reality. And then however do you want it? However do you need it? Oh, however do you want it? Okay, so that just came through. There could be a message about like going for what you want, or stepping outside of your comfort zone to pursue something that you want, because if you're sitting in your comfort zone, then you're not really taking a risk or taking a chance, rather. Disclaimer, readings are for entertainment purposes only. You make your own decisions. But with that song, it's like, however do you want it? However do you need it? So I don't know. It's about somebody speaking up, stating their needs, and like being assertive. Okay, that's the main thing, being assertive. Okay. Okay, we got Seven of Swords. Interesting. What else? Okay, Seven of Swords is coming through, communicating that it almost seems like you have enough information to do something on your own. Okay, so Seven of Swords, the traditional card is a person where there's seven swords, but they're taking two of them and walking away. And so it's about like learning all that you can, or taking what you need, having what you need, and then going in a different direction. And so I do feel like you could have outgrown a situation, or you could have like learned all that you can, advanced as much as you can, or just like it just seems like outgrown a situation. And so I definitely feel like whatever you've learned from that experience is something that you can take into a different environment, a different environment. All right, let's see what else is going on. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Okay. I wonder if you feel like you're in a situation where, okay, there's a message about needs not being met. And you know how there's places where you can work that are basically kind of treat you like you're replaceable? I'm not saying that's where you work, but there's environments where it's like they just hire people as a body. But on the flip side of that, you as an employee, you have your needs as well. Like you want an environment that is safe, that is that acknowledges you and your work, and like, you know, other kind of values, right? And so I feel like there could be values or needs that you have as an employee that aren't necessarily being met. Okay. What else? We got Destiny. Key in the back. I do feel like there could be a situation in your work environment that you feel can be stressful, but stressful is not really the word. Like, it kind of feels like you're not getting justice, or that, um, like maybe you're not getting justice, you're not being acknowledged properly, something like that. And so, with the Align Your Life and the Destiny card, I feel like if you have a desire, which it seems like you do, like if you have a desire for a different work environment, or um, for those needs to be met, then you definitely either communicate, like I feel like it's aligned to communicate that in that environment, or um, seek an environment that meets those needs, okay? Because I definitely just feel like, again, with the Seven of Swords keeps coming up in my mind, where it's this person who's taking the information they have, taking what they learned, and they're kind of taken off. I don't know if that's been on your mind, where you're kind of like, I got to get out of here, or I need to kind of sneak off, because Seven of Swords can be somebody who's like leaving in the middle of the night, where it's like metaphorically, where they just kind of are like, they don't give too much of a head's notice. So like, you might be feeling like you don't even want to do the full 2 weeks notice or 1 week notice, where you're just kind of like, I'm in such like turmoil or stress to where I could just straight up quit tomorrow, or within the next few days. So I feel like somebody watching is in that energy, okay? And it definitely feels like it stems from one, either you knowing more than your position like allows you to. So it's like you have more skills, um, and your position doesn't allow you to utilize all of your skills. Okay, so I just feel like you're not really feeling fulfilled in your role, because you have more quality skills and things to do more. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Is like Seven of Swords, like you know more than what you're being able to utilize, or that is appreciated. Okay, what else is going on? Creative blocks. If you are an artist of any kind, you can offer all work to the divine, making it God's alone. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Interesting. I definitely feel like with this, you're searching for meaningful work. Um, And it could be that your work is meaningful, but it could be that you've been doing it long enough that, like, you've kind of, I don't want to say lost gratitude for the little things, but it could have just become a little bit more repetitive or mundane. And so you're searching for like a different way to either appreciate that same work, or do work that is allows you to serve people or be creative and meaningful in a different way that utilizes more of your skills. And so this could be a great opportunity, like if you have a main job but like have something that you need to express or share, again utilizing those skills, then this would be a great like path to follow, where you can do both. It's okay to do both until you feel like you've gotten more guidance. Okay, so somebody who is a writer, somebody who is a drawer or creator, content creator. What else am I saying? The bees are drawing my attention for some reason. So I don't know if bees are representative of you and your energy. Probably, yeah. Somebody is a really hard worker. You could be very dedicated and focused. And so if you don't have enough to do, like if you have too much time on your hands, then you feel unproductive. Okay. So I definitely feel like if you're looking for more things to like fill your time up to make you feel like you're making a difference or being productive, then definitely take up a hobby. Okay. That can allow you to express yourself a bit more. Okay. They're showing me outside nature, so I don't know what that's for. I don't know if you enjoy walks, or like, okay, they're showing me somebody like vlogging their walks or travel walks, something like that. So if you are interested in traveling or going to different locations or something like that, maybe it's like you go to different restaurants and try different foods, but they're showing me a vlogger, somebody who's vlogging or noting their experiences. It could, you might not even like, and it might not be something you share with everyone. It could just be something for you where you have like your own like little vlog diary, or meal diary where you try different things and what it tasted like, what was on it, whatever. So it just seems like those are different expressions or creations, paths that can allow you to fill up your time more, but also be expressive, creative, and artsy in a way too. Because you can make like a little travel diary, or I don't know, something like that. All right, so you also got Cobra here. Cobra is about being a teacher. Okay, so what else do we have with that? I definitely see that with the Seven of Swords, where I keep saying that you know more than you're able to share. So basically, whatever you're not able to share, whatever skills you're not able to utilize, use them. That's basically what Spirit is communicating. So as far as career, if you're able to utilize that in a different position, then go for a different position. If you're able to utilize that in a hobby, utilize it in a hobby. So whatever that is. What else, Cobra? Cobra is giving me the energy of fire. I'm not sure if that's actually the element for this animal, because in the spirit animal deck there's different animals for the element, but I'm getting fire off of this. And so what that's telling me is that as a teacher, as a mentor, you take more initiative, right? You lead a little bit more. So I definitely feel like you can either model behavior, model skills, or share what you know, something like that. It just feels like you know so much about a role or a position or something that you're in a position to just share what you know, period. And I definitely feel like that can bring you a lot of success and opportunity, because you do have the destiny card and you have the key in the back. I also do feel like you're protected. So like this person is like armored up. So I definitely feel like you're protected in your journey. So if you're feeling this card here, like questioning what's aligned, questioning next steps, questioning, you know what I mean? I definitely feel like you're protected in the path that you choose to go after. But like I said, you know what's best for you. So I'm not telling you to do anything, but I do definitely feel like you're protected, and there's a lot of success around utilizing, one, your voice, utilizing courage, initiative, and sharing. So mainly I just feel like this is the card that is really like supporting you right now. The creative blocks, just express yourself, whether it's about your concerns, or I keep getting somebody who should be in a higher position or a different position. Okay, so this keeps coming through. So honestly, you have skills that are more qualified for a different role or a different environment or something to share in some way. Okay, so I definitely feel like success and fulfillment is going to come from you stepping into a space or going for an opportunity that allows you to use more skills, period. That's pretty much the main advice that I have for you. So yeah. Okay. What else do we want to do, Spirit? Let's do one more message, because that was really straightforward. Hardship. Okay. May I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. I definitely feel like, I definitely feel fear around potential. Okay, so when you make a decision, right, you have to live with the consequences. And what I tell people is consequences are not bad. It's just what happens next. Okay, so I definitely feel like you've been considering something, but you might be focusing more on the consequences that you don't want versus the consequences that you actually want, or what could come out of it. So if you're focusing on, okay, well, this can go wrong, this can go wrong, this can go wrong, this can go wrong, versus like weighing both, then you're only looking at one potential outcome, right? So I definitely feel like, just, if you need more time to think about it, do that. Trust your intuition, trust yourself, but ultimately just make sure that you're giving yourself a fair thinking process, or looking at both sides of it. Because if you're only looking at the consequences that you don't want, the ones that you think are negative or bad, then it'll keep you immobile. It'll keep you from taking opportunity or seizing an opportunity. Okay, so I definitely would just kind of think about all of the possibilities. All right, anything else, Spirit? I feel like that was the main thing. I don't know. I feel. Let's do one more tarot. Knight of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Cups is someone that follows their passion, follows their feelings. And so with that hardship card that we just had, I definitely felt like somebody was in their head a lot more, And so when we're in our head, sometimes if we're not thinking like in a balanced way, temperance energy is coming through, then like I said, we can be seeing one side of a situation and not have an accurate view. And so I do think that incorporating your heart a little bit more can balance out the thinking, because you want to use your head and your heart to just kind of balance that out. Again, temperance coming through. And so I just feel like that's some advice to kind of help you with your decision, to balance yourself out so you're not leaning into one aspect of yourself, or using one tool, being the logic, your brain, to make decisions. Because feeling with your heart is also important. Just really quickly, I went for a job interview, or I applied for a job, got the interview, all that. This was like a while ago. And in the interview, they asked me, why did you apply for this job? And I said, well, honestly, because I felt happy. I felt inspired. I felt really good reading the job description. I felt like it was a place for me. I was smiling, filling it out. I was, and then I'm smiling in my interview. Like, it just feels right to me. And I did get that job, but I'm sharing that to say that when you lean into your heart, you can feel when spaces are for you, or when things are for you, and when they're not. And so, like I said, just using both aspects of yourself can help balance out your decision making. Anything else with the Knight of Cups? We got change, we got safe travel. Okay. So, safe travel. Okay, again, this is telling me somebody is interested in vlogging or traveling, hiking, documenting their experiences. Okay, so that's confirmation for that. But also, I do feel like you might. Okay, another thing is somebody might want to travel for work, or have more travel freedom with work. Okay, so you might. So I recommend setting an intention for a job that utilizes your skills, or whether it allows you to work for yourself or some sort of agency. It doesn't, just whatever your intention is, but there's definitely careers that allow you to travel and work. So I definitely feel like that could be a dream of yours or something you're interested in. So there's that. Okay, what else? Could also just be a new location. You're wanting a different location, environment, like I said earlier. And then we also, again, we have the change card. So yeah, I definitely feel like a change of scenery could be helpful for you. I also feel like in terms of making your decision, I do feel like going out into like the woods, or if that sounds scary, okay, fine. But I do feel like going into a different environment just to kind of get your head right, and kind of hear messages, like clear your mind, able to process a little more, it kind of can help you make your decision. So I feel like if you're in an environment where people are giving a bunch of their opinions, or you're stressed out with other responsibilities or whatever, I just feel like going to a quieter place, maybe even just a library or something, like going into a library and kind of thinking for a minute or whatever, that might be helpful. There was one more thing. Dang it. So sorry, you guys. I lost it. What was the other thing? Let me take one more minute. Yep, it's not coming. Maybe I already said it. Okay. Let's leave you with one of... yeah, let's do this one. Oh, you got hardship again. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say with this hardship? You got the cobra again. Okay, I feel like what this is communicating, though, is that you are smart enough. It's not necessarily, I don't like the word smart, but it's like you have the skills and the knowledge. You have the skills and the knowledge to excel, and not just excel, but get to where you want to go, or create, construct your path, like whatever it is. I just feel like you have the skills and the knowledge to do so. And when it comes to this hardship card, I do feel like some of you desire entrepreneurship or something extremely close to that. But I do feel like Spirit is communicating that don't be discouraged by like the beginning steps, okay? Don't be discouraged by the beginning steps, because if you just take one step at a time, you'll recognize or realize that, one, you do have the skills and the knowledge, but also it's okay to learn along the way. All right. There's this lady, I do belly dancing class from this lady, and she's been doing it for like 20 years. And I watched like her videos on YouTube, and I throughout the videos, like throughout the years, you can see that she's renamed her business like 5 times, and kind of learned more about herself and like how to promote herself, and things like that. And so those are things that you literally have to learn along the way. Okay, so if you feel like discouraged, or like progress is slow, or you don't know where to begin, or things like that, literally just take it one step at a time instead of looking at the finish line. Because the knowledge that you have, the skills that you have, are going to come in at each step of the way. And then you learn, you develop more or grow more on top of that. So it's like, with the skills and knowledge that you have, yes, that's great. But you build on top of that skills and knowledge as you take each step, is what I'm saying. Okay. Hexters, yeah. So honestly, I hope this was inspiring for you guys. Like, honestly, Spirit was just communicating that you have what you need, you know what you know, and it's just a matter of, making a decision to pursue. You had Nine of Cups. Is that still here? Yep, there it is. You had Knight of Cups. Okay, and so that's just incorporating a little bit more of your feelings, your heart, to help you with your sense of direction. Okay. So yeah, honestly, good luck on your journey. I really hope everything works out, that you feel inspired and motivated, and really just take one step at a time, and not doing anything too rational unless you know what. just just incorporate temperance, okay? Incorporate your heart and your mind, okay? But ultimately, you did have the Destiny card as well. So you just had great cards. You had great cards. So yeah, you are deserving of living the life you desire. Okay, it's just a matter of being patient with yourself, being secure and confident with yourself, and being able to accept consequences. Because again, they're not bad. Consequences are not bad. They're just what happens next. So yeah. All right. Take care. Ashe, ashe, ashe.